probably more of what we expected in game number 2 from LGD, more so than anything. But IG showed that they have what it takes to win a game against the top teams. They've done it against Elephant, they've done it against LGD, and I'm interested to see if maybe they could get another one, win a series, make this group, a little bit more interesting.
I'm interested to see personally with this draft. We saw the Lena go up in priority in the draft from 3rd pick overall in the draft to being 2nd pick. So LGD took it off IG effectively, right? Mm-hmm. LGD have 1st pick this time. Mars has been so popular this whole tournament. I'd be interested to see if LGD 1st pick Lena instead, so that IG can't get it either. If it doesn't get banned, of course.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the Mars is just going to get banned at this point. They go Morphling ban pretty early on.
Oh, the old IG Morphling, though. Do you remember? The old days.
The Fly Morphling. Or Emo. I have seen Fly play that Morphling where he's had some embarrassing moments. I'm pretty sure he was like full agi or like shifting, got hit by a rocket flare from bottom all the way to top and died. There's been a couple of those moments with Fly where it's just like, oh, okay, well, that sucks. That's going to happen.
But that hero is very high skill, high reward, right? Yeah, and there's the 1st pick Lena.
Yeah. So let's see if IG take the Mars in retaliation.
I think they will definitely now that the Undying's been banned, I'd assume. It would surprise me if they didn't.
I think the most disappointing thing is just the lack of techies. I think that's what everybody's here for. Yeah, and there's the Mars. So LGD definitely fallen back into a little bit more standard meta drafts. We haven't seen the most wild things from them. It's been pretty meta standard for them, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, something like Bloodseeker's still in the pool here for LGD if they want to take it. But I know Faith Beyond, they don't really like locking him down, I think, into something. Yeah, I think the Clockwork's nicer. They can flex this between 3 and 5 now, right? Innocence doesn't get to play Undying. He's like, what do we do? Crap. Yeah.
I like the Clockwork pick.
Clockwork's a good hero.
Could be Faith Beyond. I know we've seen him play it. Obviously, Chalice not here, but that one position Clockwork, we were talking about that yesterday.
That was funny. Never again we'll get to see that, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, I mean, his ping was so bad that he had to. He was playing Clockwork, and it was a game. Let's say that. Rubik gets picked up for IG. We've talked about how Kaka is really proficient on this hero. I like it up against the Clockwork as well as the Lena. There are options here and things to steal.
I mean, anything you get from the Lena's good. Like any of the 3. Lifting out the clock out of cogs is always going to be good as well. Say lifting the clock out of cogs very quickly 5 times, speak up.
Lifting the clock out of the cogs, lifting the clock out of 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 cogs.
Okay.
Bam.
My debate didn't get taken.
My tongue does not get twisted. It's fine. We're good.
Yeah, I like the Oracle ban though. Like again, Ollie on this hero is so good. The lane probably wouldn't be that great for them if it was against like Clock Lena, for example. But again, as the game goes on, Oracle goes up in value. So I'm interested to see IG. Obviously, Sven's still in the pool. I think this might be the first time. Actually, what was first phase last year? It was Lena Undying against Mars Earth Spirit, wasn't it? Yeah, so we didn't have a core in the first 2 picks either last time. Which I think is quite rare these days. That a position 1 doesn't get picked massively early. Viper's still in the pool as well, which could be interesting for LGD. Imagine if they get to play a Viper clock lane or something. That feels really strong. But playing it into Rubik, maybe not so much. It's just funny to see that hero go from first phase banned to they've ignored it completely in the first phase. So
potentially in the second phase as well.
Yeah.
They ban the Morphling. I know we talk about a lot. The Morphling ban maybe hinting at thinking about Lifestealer.
I think IG just played that hero really well. Like, we said this last OGA as well, that they look completely different on that team, like with that hero. I think they understand how to play around it as a lineup. They flex it between 1 and 2. Like, it's like the ultimate hero for them.
Ban the Shrek. That's been obviously very popular over mid. Ban the Storm. Emo on that Storm is so good. So he definitely reminds me of like Ori on the Storm when he plays it.
Not the Ori laning stage from this morning, though, right?
That never happened.
That didn't happen.
They still won that game. It's fine.
Yeah. So who's gonna? I'm trying to think of like the 5 heroes that are left there. I mean, Faith Young can play clock. Obviously, Innocence can play clock as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's all the carries are still in apart from Drow, which is crazy to me. Void's still in the pool. There's so many different heroes available.
This seems like one of the few games where there's a massive amount of one position still in the game.
This never happens, ever.
No. You know, Storm's usually like a last phase ban, so is potentially the Shrek.
If they want to set the tempo with the cores, they can pick their core hero if they want, or they can just like go for their 5 and just wait to see what LGD pick next.
Yeah.
Like Chen's still in the pool if they want to go for that. Again, I don't know what IG play as their 5. I know they used to play Disruptor. I don't know if that's still the case anymore.
I wonder why Lich is kind of fallen out. He was popular for like 2 weeks.
I think there's just better 5 heroes. Like, it's okay, but...
Ooh.
Wow.
Warlock. Of all the 5s, I was not expecting that at all.
Makes me think of like Warlock Spectre, though, potentially coming through from IG if they go for this. I will say, though, against the Clockwork, it's not amazing. Like, if I was this Clockwork at the moment, I'd be like, oh, okay, like, nice, a hero I can actually look for at the start of fights and like really annoy.
And we've seen 3-position Clockwork already today. Like, you could see a 3-position Clockwork. That was the clock that went first item Orchid. Make everybody's day a little bit more difficult. That's for sure.
I do like the Drow ban, though, from IG. If all the cores are banned out, I think Drow makes the most sense. Like, we've talked about Drow and Dying before, but Drow Clockwork is really good, too, if it's like Clock 5. LGD, you have to think about like how they want to approach this, because if it could be Spectre coming out from IG, right? Then things like Void and stuff go down in value, I think. Whereas, yeah, so Sven's like this hero that you ramp up the pressure earlier than something like Spectre would be willing to fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now if I'm IG, it's kind of like, well, we don't have to go for Spectre. Like, we still just have Warlock, which is fine.
Yeah.
Like, what core do we want against the Sven? Like, maybe we could pick Void now, for example, and just have insane team fight with like Arena, Golem, Chrono.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah, that's insane team fight, but like, what's going into the Chrono? Is Chrono just strictly Chrono? Do you want something more to go into the Chrono? Like,
well, they've got like Fatal Bonds. There's like Bolt and things. It's not like they don't have anything.
No, I'm not saying they have nothing, but
I still think Viper
seen
could
better
be
Chronos.
Interesting for either team. Still being in the pool. Yeah. I think the Void makes the most sense.
I think you make the most sense. You've been making a lot of calls.
I don't make any sense, B-Cup.
Oh, you made a lot of calls today. Give yourself some credit. Chat, claps in the chat. Come on.
No. I'm a man
and
of the
smiley
people.
Faces.
Keep
yeah,
humble.
man of the people. The people want to
keep humble.
clap for you.
Keep
There's
humble,
the Viper.
always. Yeah, Viper's really good. I think this is awesome.
And it's flex here.
Yeah, I think they'll put the Lena mid, and I think they'll put the Viper 3 Clock 4. They could put the Clock 5 still, I do like Viper Lina off lane against the Void. That sounds scary.
You know what that leaves for a 4 position?
No, because I think they put the clock 4 and they pick a different 5 hero last. I think something like Oracle would be amazing for them because it's hard save against the Chrono. You purge off Fatal Bonds. Like, it feels really good.
And what was the Oracle build? We saw like Oracle Blink Dagger, and it was just to make sure that you don't get chronoed, making sure that you're able to jump into the right position. You could stay a little bit further back. You can keep yourself protected. There are heroes here on IG like Mars and Void who can, make the jump. When you get Blink Dagger on the Mars and you've got Time Walk, you make that jump, you look for the Oracle. But if Oracle has got that Blink Dagger or maybe has an Aether Lens as well as a Keen Optic, he can stay a little bit further back. He seems very good in this situation.
About this LGD lineup is they can pick every position apart from one in their last pick.
No, I've seen Sven 5. You can do it.
Well, yeah, technically, but I'm living within the realms of reality, B-Cop, so this is it's gotta be Sven 1. I'm sorry. That's just the way it goes.
Cancel the claps, cancel the smiley faces. TM06 in the chat.
Sorry, I cancelled them anyway. That's fine. Stay humble. It's fine.
That's TM.
Yeah, this is cool.
Eldertine, okay. I like that.
Yeah, Viper 3, Clock 4 is what I assume would lean a mid. And I love IG's last couple of bans are like, well, we're just going to ban out heroes that we think they could play across the board.
Yeah.
Like Faith and Tiny would be really good this game, like Ember, but there's nothing like definite that they can ban out from a position, like a certainty and stuff. I think the Stomp makes Voice game a lot harder as well, because before you get BKB, like doing damage in Chronos is really difficult, because if you don't catch Elder Titan, he throws in the Spirit and just stomps where you're trying to attack somebody, and you have to like run out of the Chrono and then back in again. So,
So mobility there, more mobility, because you're going to get a Blink Dagger eventually on this Mars, I would say. You've got Time Walk, you have Astral Step. It's
I think the
mid Lina against mid Void Spirit, and we've seen this matchup a couple times where I think I've seen Lina win it a bunch.
So the way I look at the lanes is Void Clock should do really well, especially when they hit their like level 3. If Warlock's ever out of position, Warlock dies.
You mean Viper Clock?
Viper. No, if Warlock's ever out, what did I say?
You said Void Clock.
Oh, yeah, Viper Clock. If Warlock's ever out of position, then Warlock dies. Mm-hmm. The other lanes is like Mars Rubik should do okay, but like Elder Titan kind of throws a spanner in the works, where in the sense that the Sven should at least get a decent amount of farm from the lane, even if the Mars has a good time as well. And mid lane, I think Nothing to Say should do really well against the Void Spirit.
Yeah,
that Lina here is crazy at the moment.
We've watched that matchup a couple times, and it's been pretty favorable for the Lina from what we've seen.
I mean, Lina's just a bonkers here at the moment. It's not a shock that it's either getting first phase banned or picked almost like every game.
Mm-hmm.
You just have so much flex value. Like, it always does such a huge amount. Excited to see Elder Titan again, though. And nice to see Warlock. I think Ollie seems to have a hero pool that is different to everybody else's.
And so does Jinkyu. He's got a massive hero pool. This guy will play anything. And I'm excited for the patch, because I'm excited to see him figure out what he likes in the 4 position. Because there was moments where he was playing Ember and Void Spirit and like all these, like they were drafting with him when he was on eHome with like, oh, Ember must be their mid, or like Void Spirit's going to be their mid. And then it's like, oh, it's GNQ4. Okay, sure. Yeah. Makes sense.
I don't know. I think that Ollie has this pool of heroes that, like, a lot of 5 positions are very like solid at the moment. Like, you're gonna pick like Undying, Enchantress, Chen. Like Elder Titan seems to be one in China as well. Like, nobody like talks about Warlock in the same kind of tier as those heroes, right? Ollie's like, I'm just gonna play Warlock. I do what I want. They have really good team fight, but I worry if they fall behind. They have lots of long cooldowns, like Chaotic Offering, Chrono, etc. So And if you look at LGD's lineup, they do not have any cooldowns to work off apart from like God Strength. Which isn't necessarily, you know, reliant to fight with.
Seconds to battle.
Maybe they should just give God Strength the chrono treatment, where they increase the cooldown to 160 seconds.
I still think you pick this hero.
Maybe.
I don't even know if it's like, because I don't think it's strictly the God Strength. I think it's also that level 15 in the axe. Like, you need to that Stormhammer dispels enemies is a level 20, level 25 talent.
I mean, it's also the fact that God Strength just lasts 40 seconds instead of, it used to be 25, I think. So, like, its uptime is like 35%-ish, I think. Like, it has a 110 second cooldown, but it's up for 40 of those seconds.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And you just think about, like, I think Stormhammer dispels enemies is the best 15 talent by a massive amount.
I also think it's because dispels are hard to come by a lot of the time as well.
True. Stormhammer. Early on to JT, there's the God's Rebuke, just a little back and forth. And then bottom. And this is the difference in the Viper. So we were seeing poison attack early, but Faith Beyond, he does what you were talking about with this Viper, just picks up Nether Toxin, pushes the lane in.
Just shove the lane in under the tower. And now what happens is, because the lane's under the tower for the second wave, it's going to come back the other way again.
This is already going very well. Faith Beyond's happy with this. And Alina up against the Void Spirit. Void Spirit's actually ain't no for the moment, but Emo taking a lot of damage and needs to be very careful. Courier comes in, but it's only with tangos.
They're going to go on the Void here, I think. At least chase him down a little bit. But yeah, just get some damage off.
Going for the pull. Gets it. But at the same time he gets it, Jinkyu's going to try and drag this creep wave.
The range creep though, that's rough. It's a lot of XP denied. Oh, top lane.
Yeah, unfortunate. And Kaka going to get that first blood onto Innocence. Chasing him down within the trees over by the tier 1 tower, but you know, they just catch him out of position. They get themselves first blood. Not terrible for Innocence, but obviously not something you want to be giving up like that.
This mid lane though. Like, the CS has looked okay for the first few waves, but now what happens is Luna's level 3, and she's like, get off my wave, you punk.
Posturing and just standing there. Void Spirit just dealing with these right clicks. Resonant Pulse can only do so much at the moment, and the Fatal Bonds is a bit of a nuisance towards the LGD side. Got Mars, who is fighting off Innocence for the moment.
I mean, Mars has 7 CS in 3 minutes.
Fly. He's going to time walk, but he is in a lot of trouble, and he might just be dead here. Gets run down. Faith Beyond gets the kill. They look over at the Warlock. He could be in trouble as well. Jinkyu moving forward. The right click's coming in. Ollie one more shot. Faith Beyond gets a double kill in this lane. Meanwhile, Clockwork will die under the tower.
Oh, that's so good for Jinkyu. Like, he goes all the way back to base. Doesn't give any XP away to anybody.
He's also going to TP mid and fill up the bottle for nothing to say.
Viper has Urn now as well. Unfortunately, he didn't have it before, so doesn't get any charges. But, yeah. Now, all this damage over time that can come through. Pretty crazy. I assume he's dropping some mana for Clockwork to bring in. Yeah, he is. Firefly's in trouble again, I think.
Yeah, he is potentially dead here. He time walked and one more shot.
Oh my god.
There's the kill on a Firefly. Jinkyu dies. That's
his game's like over as well. That's well, it's not over, but like That's okay. So not only does he have no TP to get back to lane again now, because he just used it and died again. You give earn charges to the Viper. You miss out on so much XP because you have to walk all the way back to bot lane again. Like, you're going to be level 3. You get back to this lane, Viper's almost going to be level 6. Best of luck.
Yeah, which means Viper Strike, which means so much more damage to have to handle. And which means death, basically. Ooh, Elder Titan. Spear in, but still not enough damage to get a kill there.
I think that they've just won all 3 lanes, is the big thing. Like, Void Spirit's doing okay mid. He's doing better than I thought he would. But, yeah, still not great. Kaka wants to lift Innocence on the cliff, I think. Oh, close.
He tried, he tried.
And they're gonna get... Are they getting all 4 bounty runes? Oh my god.
Money to burn.
Oh boy.
Well, that's it from us today, folks.
It's only a 1k lead.
See you tomorrow.
Come on.
Nah, like, obviously, IG have a really good team fight, so it's not over yet, but they just need to be able to play around these big ults when they do come up online and, like, they're available. But this Viper's about to hit level 6, and Void's almost about to hit level 4. Like, give me a break. Flyfly's, like, crying inside at this, by the way. He's not happy.
I will say, if you think it's over, type 1 in the chat, and if you don't think it's over, type 2 in the chat.
Okay, right.
Fly dead again, and well, yeah, make your votes.
Shout out to the ones.
And then just type TM06.
I don't know. I am being harsh. Like, it's not over. It's just this bot lane has been
harsh, but it's a harsh reality. Like, we don't ever want to say a game is over, because there's always comeback potential. We've seen it before, and we'll see it again. I think the thing is, your Void's now, 1-3-1, and he is struggling.
And now the Warlock's gonna die.
Now that you've got the urn, you're gonna get a kill here on Ollie. They could even transition this into a kill on a Fly if he's not too careful. He's still, again, only level 4. They have Viper Strike. He's time walked away, and Faith Beyond's gonna chase. Time Walk's not available for another 14 seconds. If he can get that Viper Strike out, this is a lot of trouble for Fly to the point where he's going Midas to try and recover.
You have to remember, it's not even... Oh, Lena's coming over. This is bad.
Fly.
This is like that. If you're Fly as well, it's like, guys, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, this is like, what? Where am I supposed to go? I'm trying to run through my jungle, and this Lena just appears and Laguna blades me. It's like, oh, okay.
This is when I play carry. This is usually how my game goes. And then I go, guys, what am I supposed to do? And they go, just don't feed. Like,
I see the problem with Warlocks now, though, right? Like, it's like, oh yeah, you can offset some of the damage, but what happens is, because they have kill potential, Warlock's good when you're, like, healing off harassment damage, but when they have raw kill potential, it's completely different.
They get spotted. Cogs around 2, LSA, right click's coming through. Ollie in trouble, he'll end up dead. Viper makes the rotation. Aether Remnant locks him up for a second, but JT, he is also dead, and that is up towards top.
Oh no, the spitty dragon turtles made the TP towards mid. Careful, guys. Have we had this conversation before? That Viper cosmetic looks like the thing from Avatar. You know, that little, like, big turtle island thing?
Yes. We actually had the same exact conversation. And then I said, you mean in The Legend of Korra? And then you're like, no, it was in the original one as well.
I think it's in both. I have no idea.
It is in both. Yeah. Chat corrected us. I remember this. This was yesterday. Actually, it might have been a couple times we've done this before. Mango Tree picked up 3k lead right now for the side of OGD. Take a look over at the net worth, and then obviously you'll see that the Lena is actually the one leading.
Yeah.
I actually thought it would be Faith Beyond.
Void was like, oh, I managed to have a whole wave to myself where Viper... Oh, he's back. Never mind.
Also, Faith Beyond buying the Ring of Health.
Is he going Hood, I assume? The Chinese Vipers seem to love going Hood. Like, a lot of the EUans, I think, like going Atos, which I think I would have preferred this game. Like, against Void and Void Spirit. Atos has a huge amount of value, but, like, if you look at the damage on the Radiant side, a lot of it is magical. So the Hood has a lot of value as well. So if they just want to start running down lanes, and then, like, he can just run at people and over again, and the Hood's going to help with that.
Over mid, Faith Beyond TPing out. Save nothing to say as the rotations are there with JT and Emo, so they were trying to get a kill there on Alina.
It's a 5k net worth advantage at 9 minutes, so it's like flicking over between 4 and 5.
Kaka, he's up here, but he's not in a safe spot.
Have you seen they've Radiant IG have done the same thing there where they block the ancient camp, same as last game. So fair play.
If it'll help him get back into the game, yeah, it's totally worth it.
This Warlock's going to go sneak a bounty rune. Shinkyu's going to be furious. Absolutely unacceptable that you come to steal my rune.
Ame fighting JT and Emo over here.
Radiant's top tower is under
Top
attack.
lane, Kaka.
Astral Step, and then over top, Kaka getting killed off. They're going to trade, get Jinkyu. But now the turnaround, nothing to say, is here, so it should be a 2-for-1 where they also lose Ollie, and it will be. So nothing to say gets credit for that kill, and it's a 6k lead very early on for the side of LGD.
Void has Midas soon. We'll be alright. IG fans, stick together, you'll be okay.
Tower is under attack.
I think it's possible.
They just need to find a way of somehow extending the game, like massively, on IG. And they need to play around these big ults. Because the thing is, it's not even like the Void. Even though the Void died 3 times in lane and he had a really rough time, he still has more net worth than the Mars.
Yeah, but is that an accomplishment in this game? Like, Mars is...
Yeah, I don't know who to feel worse for. That's basically my point. Like, they both had a really rough time in the side lanes. It wasn't just one or the other. So, like, where you would normally be reliant on the Mars to, like, take over the early to mid game to, like, make space for the Void, because the Mars had such a hard time as well, like, they're basically just trying to run at them over and over again. Like, Jinkyu's gonna die here, probably, but it's only ever the clock dying.
Here
It just
comes
doesn't
Faith
matter.
Beyond. Viper Strike, JT in some trouble, and Stormhammer, that'll get the kill on a JT. They're going to look for more. And they've got the Yules, they'll hit the LSA, and the Chaotic Offering is used by Ollie, but it's just feeding gold their way.
Well, that was
Gold more for Ame.
that was a bit underwhelming, wasn't it? The chaotic offering. They just kill it straight away.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Again, the Void is still free farming in bot lane for a little bit, so he's happy. He's going to have the Midas in like 100 gold.
Radiant's
After this
middle
wave.
tower is under attack.
Right, guys, I'm ready.
Ready for what?
Radiant's middle
Time for the
tower
Midas.
has fallen.
There's the comeback potential.
Oh, he's got an Iron Talon as well.
Illusion.
This is
Dire's
so cool
top
to see, though, that
tower
this
is
vibe
under
of it being
attack.
played in the 3 in China now. Like, I know it's been banned out and stuff a lot, but we saw it in the 2 earlier, and it felt so underwhelming. And I didn't want that to be the way I saw Viper after today, right? Like, because it can be so strong. He's almost finished Atos on Faith Beyond.
Yeah, he's so farmed. Faith Beyond just showing up in the offlane. Midas, and he's got the Royal Jelly. The comeback starts now.
Now, do you remember the game we had, was it yesterday, where the Viper kept using Viper Strike so that the Rubik didn't steal Nether Toxin?
No, I don't think
Do you
I
not
was there
remember
for
that?
that. Was that was not yesterday?
Was it not? Oh. Maybe it was an EU game the other day. I can't remember,
Yeah,
but anyway.
I don't think we had it.
The Viper kept using Viper Strike to stop a Rubik stealing Nether Toxin because he had a Spectre on his team. And I feel like it might be the
Chrono?
same this game. Oh, where's the damage though?
Yeah, there's nothing more to follow that up. They're gonna try and go into Jinkyu. Here comes the Earth Splitter. This is gonna land onto 3. They're gonna
get
make the
the
move
lead,
and
huh?
kill off. Nothing to say. The Stone Laguna Blade. Can they kill off Innocence? Looking for the sleep, but Fade Bolt finishes him off. They
Oh,
got
the
kill on a
upheaval,
Fly, though. Stormhammer. Evil lasting a little bit longer after it, has vanished off the screen. Ollie in trouble. He dies to Faith Beyond, and it looks like they're gonna lose the Mars too. JT dies, double kill for Faith Beyond. They'll finish off Jinkyu. Emo gets credit there. Faith Beyond low on health, but he is spotting Emo. He's going to dissimulate, try to kill Ame, has the Aether Remnant, and takes him out.
Can they team wipe them? Oh, it looks like Faith Beyond's going to be able to scuttle away. I was going to say fly, but I don't know if that cosmetic doesn't make me like the sound of a turtle flying. Yeah, good Soul and Laguna Blade though by the Rubik, just blows up the ET.
And you know, he definitely is going to be sure that he holds on to that.
It's just sad for the Void, because that's like best case scenario for them, that they managed to kill like 4 heroes there, but the Void's there for absolutely none of it. So he gets none of the gold income from the fight. So like Rubik has a decent time from the fight, Void Spirit has a good time from the fight, but the one hero you need to be having a good game doesn't really gain anything.
Yeah, he dies early in that fight, and that's unfortunate for Fly, and you know, it's just such a hard game for him.
Yeah. They still have Laguna Blade on the Rubik though, which they kind of want to use it on this top side.
All the way in, and now the spear pushes him back. Emo jumping forward with the dissimulate. They have an extra step for 4 seconds, but they do have the Arena Kaka. He's got Laguna Blade to throw, and he threw it onto the Lina, but now he's still on the God Strength. Great sleep. Oh, jeez. JT, Emo, they're both going to fall. Nothing to say, ends up dead, but so does Ollie.
The Lina dodged the stolen Laguna Blade by using herself.
Yeah, I thought that was greedy from Kaka. I wanted him to throw that at the Sven, just finish him off. God Strength Rubik isn't going to be enough. Doesn't look like it. He's dead as well.
Just hit them, Kaka.
I thought he should have thrown that at the Sven, because Sven was so low on health. I thought that was the move, but obviously, you know, it's easy for us when we're not in the team fight.
Yeah, but it's trying to get to the Sven to cast the Laguna Blade on her as well. I think he was slightly further away on Kaka. So he just wanted to blow it on the nearest target so he could steal another spell straight away.
Yeah.
Oh, that feels so rough for Kaka though, not getting the Lina. I mean, the Lina did die eventually in the backline to the Void Spirit jumping in, but yeah. Void's still farming away though. He's getting there. I'd like to see LGD try and take another fight now though. Like as soon as, like you want to be smoking as soon as you can now. Really, so, mid.
Getting caught here. There's the sweep. Aether Remnant down. That's going to be hit by Innocence, but the Viper Strike is out. The double Astral Step, trying to get some distance. Ooh, avoids the hook shot. Nicely done by Emo. He's still got to run though. Taking a lot of damage. Telekinesis out onto Faith Beyond. That'll keep him from continuing his chase onto the Void Spirit.
That was perfectly timed as well. Like, the Jinkyu was waiting for him to double Astral Step away so that he could go for the hook shot, and at times they assimilate perfectly. So well played by Emo.
Fly Midas off cooldown in 2.
He's going Echo Saber on Void Spirit.
Oh boy, Yule's Earth Splitter and the LSA. Fly.
Dire's top
The
tower
time
is
walk.
under attack.
Never in doubt. Did they miss the LSA or something there? I didn't see.
I swear it hit, because he took damage.
It might have been from the Spirit or something, though, that he fell down onto.
Dire's
So
top
I'm
tower
just
is
seeing
under
things.
attack.
It is that point in the day where I start seeing things.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Blink Dagger finished for the Mars. They're starting to creep their way back in terms of like items and what they're going to have the ability to do. But it's going to be a while until their presence is really felt in these team fights, more so than it has been for the first 18 and a half minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, there's a DD on the Sven being bottled up now. Christ.
Oh dear.
We haven't seen an Ag... Have we seen one Ag Sven today? Fly didn't go for it last game. I mean, it didn't happen the game before either.
Nope. You've not seen it at all.
Which is interesting. I feel like it's a good game for it. This game, yeah, he queues it up. Like sometimes against like PAs and things and whatever, Like, you don't go for it because it can be disjointed. I don't know, man. Void's catching up.
Yeah.
The net worth lead over the last couple of minutes has gone towards IG. Ever so slightly, but it has.
And they're starting to pull it back just a little bit. But again, it's about how they're what they're gonna make of these next few minutes, and how they're going to make their presence felt. I love this positioning from Jin-Q, but I think unfortunately he ends up getting spotted, but that's fine. He's the one who gets spotted, and they're gonna end up getting the Aegis onto Ame. Land the sweep. They'll look for the chaotic offering. That comes down onto 3. Is it going to be enough though? Laguna Blade thrown to at this Rubik. They get the kill to JT as well as Kaka. They look over at Ali. 3 shot by Ame. And it's a 3-0 as well as the Aegis into the hands of LGD.
Yeah, really good positioning by Jin-Q. They decide not to commit onto him either, so the hookshot just comes through. They find the Mars. And in the backline as well, they get a good chaotic offering down on IG, but Lina has a BKB already. Like, she hasn't gone bots or anything. Just yours straight into BKB.
Yeah.
So their ability to fight is so high right now on LGD. Like, when this Sven gets ags as well, the reach is going to be crazy. Bot lane, Chrono on Lina.
Can they get this kill? Yes, they can. They'll take out Nothing to Say, but here comes the rebuttal from LGD.
Here comes the
much of a
cooldown,
rebuttal.
please. Run away, Void.
I think despite the deficit, Emo's been doing a lot in this game.
Yeah, he's been playing well. Like, he's been pressing his buttons well. Jin-Q's might be in trouble top.
Emo and JT are here. They've got the arena. They'll land the spear. They've got the 8th remnant as well as it assimilate. Emo with another kill.
But now bot lane as well. Ollie might... The Sven on the high ground sees Ollie in the trees. And now Ollie sees him because the courier came and he's like, oh god.
Time to get out of here.
The big man with the sword.
Ooh, sweep. Ranavitos, neither of which are in time.
Yeah, they should just be able to take this tier 2. There's no chrono up, so...
And everybody's left the bottom lane.
1,000 gold for Sven until Axe. That's going to be a big moment in the game.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
He's level 18 now as well, actually.
Dire's
She's
top
almost
tower
got it.
is under attack.
BKB on the Void, though, is big.
Does he have that?
Yeah. The problem is, like, he has BKB, but he doesn't do any damage still because he's so far behind. There's like 5k net worth behind the Sven. It's like he needs a damage item still, really, as well. Oh, Ollie's in trouble. Well,
Well, so this is Warlock going down once again.
it's right because when he's up again, he'll have Golem back. So it's fine. So when you remember how that mid fight before the upheaval was doing so much work to the Sven, Lena's found Rubik, by the way.
Might be able to get the kill. Laguna Blade thrown, and down goes Kaka.
So yeah, the upheaval was really good against the Sven before, but now with this Axe, he doesn't care. So yeah, that's
So enjoy that.
that's an issue.
basically.
Radiant's middle tower
Finish off this
is
last
under attack.
mid tier 2
Radiant's
HP.
middle tower has fallen.
They know there's no
only going to the
chrono
top-
for
They're all going for the mid tier 3. Like,
yeah.
they
Why
need to
not?
stop
though?
this.
Are fortified.
They know there's no chrono for a few more
Dire's
seconds.
bottom tower is
Here we
under
go.
attack.
It's coming up now. They want to push before the repair kit becomes available for Radiant. That's the real play.
Blink Spear. Have him onto the tier 3 tower. And there's the 8th remnant. Can they get the kill? Stormhammer. There's the Aegis. He could have held that chaotic offering, but
He has no God
they've
Strike
used it
now.
nonetheless. And now they're going to commit the Chrono as he comes back alive. Viper Strike thrown onto Fly. They just done the damage to get the kill onto Ame. Earth Splitter, as well as the LSA. There's the Laguna Blade. They get the kill onto JT. He's going to buy back immediately with Emo thinking about jumping in. BKB's about to run out on the side of PSG.LGD. They've got themselves the cogs around, but the Dissimulate as well as the arena coming down from JT. Is it going to be enough with the spear as well as the Astral Step forward? Hookshot comes out from Jin-Q. They get the kill onto JT. They look over at Emo. They'll take out the Void Spirit, and Sven will survive.
They're pinging Faith behind. He's like, get back, dude. I've got fatal bonds on me. Don't make me die, please. That fight was all innocence though, because when the Mars built back and jumped back in again, he caught a stomp onto the Void and the Rubik in the base on the backline. So when that arena was down, they couldn't commit and come and help them. Like, if that stomp doesn't go through, then they kill the Sven there because the, like, Rubik comes through with a Fade Bolt or something, right? But really well played by Innocence.
Sven about to hit this level 20. Nothing to say he's going to take this Ancient stack. This has been quite the game here for LGD, up 18,000 net worth. There have definitely been points where it felt like IG can make their way back into it, but they're so far behind. It's so difficult.
That's because they have such amazing team fight that it feels like that. You know, they have Golem, Chrono, Arena. Like, the fact that they can't win fights with 3 of like these huge spells is just such an indication of how far behind they are. Say if the gold lead was like 10k at the moment, right? Like instead of 20k, or like maybe even like 5k, for example, like they'd be feeling fine about the game, I think. But because the laning stage went so poorly, like, yeah, game's incredibly difficult.
The Void doesn't have much of anything. He's got Midas BKB, so it's certainly a struggle for what the Void can do in terms of output, especially into the Chronosphere. But he's got more net worth than the Void Spirit, who played this game for the most part pretty well.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
This is just a 20k lead for LGD, and they can basically take fights at their discretion.
Oh god, Kaka.
Hook shot, Kaka in trouble. He also lost his courier with a blink dagger on it. Chronosphere gets used by Fly. They've got themselves the arena. Can they get the kill on any of these heroes? They get the kill on nothing to say with the BKB being popped by Ame. He'll turn his attention over to Fly, who's going to use the BKB time walk TP out. Kaka does end up dead, but they do get nothing to say.
The thing is as well, like that fight's good for IG, but now they have 2 cooldowns.
+1.
Yeah, like Chrono's down for 140 seconds, and they only lose their Lina. So when Lina's back up again for LGD, they're gonna run back down mid. And it's like, well, now we don't have Golem, Chaotic Offering. What's our play? But I mean, it's still a good fight for them. It's just, it's not enough for like how much they're committing.
Yeah. The value potential was there. The value earned was not.
Yeah. They just don't have the damage output because they're so far behind in net worth. And that's what we were saying about the Void BKB.
Yeah.
Like, it's good, and he needs it, but, you know, he's 6,000 net worth behind the Sven, which is like an MKB, right?
They killed the Sven there, though. That would have been fine, I think.
If they can kill the 3,500 HP Sven, I'd be very impressed. They're taking out the Void, though.
Long TP there for Ame. BKB from Fly. Time walk into the trees. LSA.
They need to save the hook shot for the TP.
He only now has TP, and yeah, there it is.
Good TP.
Radiant are scanning.
I think they're just waiting for Roche now on LGD, and it's a pretty low respawn time as well.
Dire's
about,
middle
you know,
tower is under attack.
55 seconds, I think it was.
Certainly a way back into the game. I mean, realistically, everything's a way back into the game for IG.
Oh god, Paladin Sword.
Not the neutral item you want to see if you're IG.
Not at all. Oh god. I like that Lina's going A on disc as well. I mean, nothing to say has been like the focus of every single team fight so far. Like, they have to kill the Lina first because she's really squishing in comparison to how much damage she does.
Emo popping the BKB. They've got the telekinesis onto the clockwork. They get the kill on Kaka. Aether Remnant, Blade Mail, that gets popped. Emo jumping forward. He's got the double damage, but the hook shot's there. And now Dissimulate avoids the Earth Splitter. No, he doesn't. Jumps out too close. He ends up dead. No buyback. 60 seconds gone. And it's looking like tier 3 mid is potentially going to fall victim to this aggression.
Yeah, Goth Strength still half duration as well, so they can carry on going here. Get a lot of damage. Take the racks.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Just look at how quickly through backdoor protection.
Are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks
Good stuff.
has fallen.
Abyssal on the Sven now as well in like 40 gold. So much easier to change Stun the Void, and they have that BKB piercing disable now. So not so reliant on the hook shot. He has his MKB now though on the Void. Okay. So they have a damage item.
Gonna need more than one though.
They... yeah.
Are scanning.
Yeah, okay. True. I like this build on the Void Spirit though, it's cool. Just Blade Mail, Echo Saber, BKB.
Spear, okay. And the right click's coming out on Innocence. Time dilation, can they even get this kill?
Yeah, they can.
Time walk forward and they finally finish him off.
The Roche is up as well, and there's no Elder Titan. So, yeah, IG, they see the Rocket Flare here, but they have to go for this. Like, if you don't take this Roche and you let LGD get it, then your game's, like, ridiculously hard.
Yeah. And they're wrapping with this smoke. They're hoping to find LGD coming around.
They think LGD are going to be in the area or looking to take a fight around the Roche pit, but, like, they have Rocket Flare, so they don't need to commit. They can just keep scouting it.
And here comes the Rocket Flare.
Like, now Elder Titan's up in 10 seconds and you're just about to walk into the pit.
Yeah. And there's the pings.
Yeah, I don't know how good this is now. Like, because Elder Titan's alive, it's going to be a 5-on-5.
So they go in for a second, they smoke, they bail. Oh, he looks for the chrono, just gets the Sven! BKB's been popped, can they get the kill on the Sven? The Chaotic Offering comes in as well as the Fatal Bonds, but they have the damage to get the kill on Ame. He's getting low, does he die? Yes, he does! JT's gone, and they'll get the Earth Splitters, they'll trade out Fly. They look over at Info, and yeah, you got the Sven, but the rest of the team's pretty far on the side of LGD. They've got the right clicks to go with it, and they will get themselves Emo. Radabatos is there to lock him down. 3 heroes down on the side of IG, and into Roche, LGD can go.
Alright.
Even without the Sven.
You were right, Beacop. They did kill the Sven. They just had to throw the whole kitchen sink at him. And it wasn't like an old kitchen sink. They had to throw the whole new kitchen sink at him. And now they're...
Yeah.
But they do kill him. It's like a power play, right? They're like, see? We can kill you. Easy. Yeah, I still think they should have just gone for the Roche in the first place, though. It's like the highest odds play for me. Like, I understand them wanting to try and take a fight when it's 5-on-4. But LGD know that that's exactly what IG want to do. At least if you try and take a fight like around the pit and force the Roche, you're forcing the 5 versus 4 fight.
I mean, Elder Titan's not in that fight. And I think that goes a little bit differently.
Yeah. Again, hindsight though, right? Like,
Yep, of course.
they knew how far behind they were. They wanted to try and find more kills. So, is what it is. And Jinky would have just stolen the Aegis anyway. Let's be real. After yesterday, just do it again.
I have no doubts in my mind. Kind of wanted him to steal it from his own team.
Void.
Sweet. No. Looked like it for a second. Astro step forward, going for Faith Beyond as well as Nothing to Say. They've got the Aether Remnant. Hookshot comes out from Jinkyu. The telekinesis to follow it up. They've got the Laguna Blade thrown out onto this Clockwork, but it's just not enough damage with the Blade Mail being popped here by Emo. They've got the right click damage to take out JT. Mars ends up falling. Nothing to Say, just right clicking very hard, especially with that double damage.
Yeah, he's the big dangle on Faith Beyond. He, if you look at the buffs above his head at the moment, he's just like Solar Crest and everything, but he has AC Pipe Aegis. So, like, killing him is incredibly difficult. He didn't even use his BKB, right? Like, he's just sitting there, forcing them, like, to go through him. It reminds me of the Timber game before.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, killing him is 0 value.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if they kill him there, then it means they're going to lose the whole fight, because they have to commit so much like they did on the Sven before. I'll be honest, like, after the game 1 in this series that we had, this, like, game 2 and 3 has been very, like, sad to watch, because the game 1 was so crazy and, like, back and forth.
Yeah.
But it's now like, oh, like, imagine what could have been if we'd have had a similar game in, like, game 2.
And game 3.
And game 3, yeah.
Although again, they killed the Sven. Anything is possible. Down 32k. We've seen bigger comebacks before, Mo. You just have to have faith.
Get some George Michael songs going. Oh, there's a Ghost Scepter now on the ET as well. Oh, okay. Faith behind so farmed.
Yeah, it's disgusting how farmed he is. I think just now he's going to go into the Hurricane Pike.
Yeah, he's at
Or at
least
least just the
Dragon
Dragon
Lance.
Lance.
Like, the thing for them is going high ground, right? Like, high ground into Arena, Chrono, and Chaotic Offering is difficult, no matter how far ahead you are. So getting those poke and prod items is always going to help.
Bottom tower is under attack.
You just need to be able to have your coach come on the comms and give you a speech when you're down by this much.
Viper has the damage talent as well from the level 20, so like chipping away at these towers is so easy for him.
And he's about to get to level 25. Probably get the point.
Good.
So another Toxin Silences is obviously the choice, but poison attack affects buildings?
I don't think I think I've seen one person take that talent ever. Like, across all pro games. I'm sure it's been picked more than that, but like, it's just, it feels so one-sided with the one that you should go for. Like, a free AoE silence? Like, okay.
Or poison attack effects.
Or poison buildings. Please.
Come on.
Faith,
Do
yeah,
it.
Here we go. Do it.
Do it for the people.
Oh!
Yeah!
You did it!
A man of the people.
Here we go. They're like, oh my god, the poison's on our buildings.
He didn't take the silence. Everybody jump in. Hookshot comes out from GQ. They'll look to get the kill here on Emo. Viper Strike, double Astral Step. Trying to get back to base. It's way closer than he'd like. That's for
Oh,
sure.
look at this. These buildings are dying, dude. Easy.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Value, look at this.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This is such a
Oh,
value
he's
challenge.
alternating between the two for maximum value. Hell yeah.
Min-maxing. Smoke. Look at this. What a player.
Bottom barracks has fallen.
This is what we all wanted.
Oh, amazing. That's fantastic. You know what? In a very one-sided game, that's brightened up my day. It's the little things in life.
Oh. Astral Spirit. Telekinesis. LGD looking for a finish here.
How do they defend, though, against the poison attacks buildings? It actually did a lot more damage than I thought it would as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Radiant's top
The
tower
rocket
Leveler.
flare
is under
vision.
attack.
That's there for the Void Spirit. And they'll
the
pass it
rocket
over
flare
to the
vision
Faceless
dudes.
Void.
Tower's just gone.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
He attacks him so far away.
That's why he got the Dragon Lance. So he could do this.
Smart.
Look at this. From the low ground.
Oh my
1, 2,
God.
3, 4, 5. Get those stacks up. Stop attacking. There you go. Add the stack. And it's gone.
Radiant's
That
That's
took
so much
6
damage.
attacks. That took 6 attacks.
Wow. Maybe I've underestimated this talent then.
1, 2. Oh, Spear. And they've got the Chaotic Offering coming down there as well as the Telekinesis onto the Viper. Can they get the kill on a Faith Beyond? They'll take him out. He's dead for 100 seconds. He does have buyback. They didn't have to commit the Chrono, but they did
Yeah,
commit the Arena as well as the Chaotic Offering.
I think if you're him, do you not just buy back and TP to the wave? Yeah, here you go. And they just, now there's no spells, right? They have Chrono, but I don't know. Without any of the, like,
Hook shot.
Ever.
Nicely done by Jinku to try and initiate here, but there's the Spear. They've also got the Sweep. To get on him, they'll have to go through the Aether Remnant, though. They've got the Telekinesis on a Faith Beyond. Can they follow this up with anything? Rolls up into the air. LSA, that's going to hit for nothing to say. Emo goes in, jumps forward. Astral Step, as well as looking to get the Aether Remnant down, but the BKB's been popped by nothing to say and looks to finish off this set of racks to get the Mega Creeps. Wi-Fi asking for some vision, while LGD
They're going to play safe. Wow. Not what I expected.
Radiant's middle
No,
tower is under attack.
not at all. Considering they could probably put 2 more shots on that Rax and get megas.
Radiant are scanning.
This Viper is a nuisance, that's for sure.
Regeneration.
I'm just so happy.
Dire are scanning.
Enjoying the
Alright, Satanic on Void. Alright.
enjoying the move.
Double damage.
Oh, they just gave. Oh, that's such an early Roche spawn. Wow.
Aegis Cheese and Refresher Shard. Okay.
Who'd you give the refresher to? Maybe. Maybe Clock, I guess. It's pretty good. I mean, Sven's okay too if
Sven?
you want to refresh the God Strength.
Not that you need to. I don't think this fight lasts more than 40 seconds.
The Dire.
Give it to the Elder Titan.
Hey, you could, but I think the double hook shot's really good against Void when he has BKB. Oh, they're gonna give it to Sven. Okay.
Double Earth Splitter?
Do you remember when the Axe used to disarm on Elder Titan from the Elspire?
Oh, so good.
It was like 4.2k gold. Like, why not just buy a halberd, right? Like,
No. Spear in, and now the Storm Hammer, they're going to make the jump. They'll also use that refresher. He's got the Abyssal Way to go into this Faceless Void. He's down a little bit of health, and he'll end up dying. He doesn't have buyback dead for 95 seconds. They've taken out the Rax. They've got themselves Mega Creeps. They look over as they'll finish off JT as well as Kaka. 3 heroes dead. They look and find themselves Ali 4 gone. GG is called. LGD. They're going to go on and take this series 2-1 in a very dominant fashion in Game 3.
that was, yeah. That was pretty one-sided, wasn't it? Ever since that laning stage where the Void dies like 4 times in a row. Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, it took a little bit longer than we expected, right? But we got the result we expected in the end.
Yeah, we got there.
I don't really know what to say about this game because it all came down to how badly the laning stage went, I think, for IG. Like, they
Yeah.
had a couple of good team fights because they have good team fight skills, but they didn't ever do enough with them because they were so far behind. I don't know. It was just a rough game to watch. Like, Faith Beyond, the only time he dies, it's like that one time he bought back at the end.
Just it was very dominant for LGD. Nothing to say. Goes 10-4-6, 9-2-9 for Ame, 14-1 and 20 there for